Support for Serial comes from MailChimp.
MailChimp.
Keep?
MailChimp.
Send better email. You know, I use MailChimp.
You do?
No, never heard of it. From This British Life and BBC Radio, it's Serial, one story told week by week. I'm Sarah Koenig. No, I'm not Sarah Koenig. I'm Joan Clark. I don't know why I said Sarah Koenig. Anyway, for the last few weeks, I've spent every working day and every sleeping night trying to figure out the Enigma code. But in addition to that, I've also been investigating a man called Alan Turing. Now, this man looks something like this. Now, this is not an exact replication of his face, but is a demonstration of what he may look like. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, Alan Turing. Alan Turing is an interesting fellow, and so I decided I should investigate him. After all, when I met him, when I started working for him, he had a tendency to be arrogant. Why is that? What is he hiding with his bravado? Is he a murderer? A spy? Who knows what he could be? That is what I am going to find out. Let me start from the beginning. Alan Turing was born on June 1912 in Paddington, England. For those who don't know what Paddington, England looks like, here's an example. Looks pretty awful, doesn't it? I mean, cat and dog's meat store? Seems suspicious. Seems evil. A perfect place for a murderer to grow up. Anyway, that's probably not important right now, or ever. Alan studied at Cambridge University and specialized in mathematics and logic. It seems strange that he should work here at Bletchley Park and not become a professor. He published a paper considering the possibility of machines that can change states, thinking machines. He has been obsessed with these machines for years. It is a madness. What is with these machines? Is he trying to take over the world? Or is he not? I don't know, I haven't made up my mind. Bletchley Park is supposed to be focused on the war effort. How can his machines be useful in times like these? Men are fighting the war against Germans while we use military resources developing Turing's machines? I mean, I was doing clerical work before Turing asked me to join his team. I know that my mathematical knowledge could be put to good use, but I fear that working for Turing could be dangerous. He blinks in a very funny way. But I think the best I can do, really, is continue to work with Alan Turing. If I am correct in my suspicions, and frankly, I can't even remember what they really were at this moment, but if I am correct in my suspicions, then I will tell this to the British Army and I will expose his lies. Next time on Serial. Hi again, it's me, Joan Clark. So it's been about a year since we last spoke, and if I recall correctly, at our last meeting, I professed some interesting suspicions about Alan Turing being a murdering, terrible person thing, or a spy. Crazy, insane stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, I must have been light in the head or something. As I've learned in the past year, Alan is actually a very lovely man. He's a bit shy, poor thing, but ultimately a good man. He has quickly become one of my closest and best friends. So I'm giving up my silly and pointless investigation into the man, and I'm continuing my work investigating the Enigma code, which is one of the most exciting projects I've worked on in recent years. We have been working hard on breaking the unbreakable naval Enigma code. Let me explain. The Germans broadcast all their top secret messages over radio waves, so simple that anyone could listen in. But these messages are encrypted with a secret code called Enigma, and no one in the world knows this code. Each letter of the word is replaced by a different letter, so messages seem to be random lists of letters. We even have one of these Enigma machines already. The only problem is that the Germans change the code settings every day, and there are over 159 million different settings. I know. Only the Germans know what the code is each day, and it's impossible to test them all. So far, no one has succeeded in breaking this code. Turing, myself, and a few others including Hugh Alexander, Peter Hilton, Gordon Welshman, and Jack Good are working to break this code at Bletchley Park, which is the location of England's code-breaking center. We try to examine the letters of the message each day to find patterns, but this method takes too much time. It is impossible to decode hundreds of messages every day by guessing and checking. It would be like if every time we bombed the Germans, we had to discard the plane we used and build a new one. It would take too much time and too much money. That's why Turing wants to build his machine. He wants to design a machine that can test combinations faster, more efficiently than any human can. We have spent the past several months creating his machine. We only hope it will be fast enough to crack the code every day. Side note, I just realized that I could be executed for broadcasting this information, which is actually highly confidential. So I'm not going to broadcast this until it's safe to do so. When will that time be? Next time on Serial. Oh, hello there. It has been a while since we spoke, and I'm actually coming to you from a beach. I'm retired. I like the beach. I actually forgot that I made those last 2 radio programs, and I was going through my closet because I'm moving into a new apartment with my husband, and I found this tape marked, "What Was I Thinking?" And then it all came flooding back to me, and I realized I never made a follow-up to the 2 programs I made before, and I really should. Did we fail at Bletchley Park? Did we succeed? You'll find out, but only after this intermission. Just kidding. This doesn't actually need an intermission. This is a parody of a murder podcast set 70 years before its time in a country across the Atlantic using characters that were never originally in it. An intermission would be ridiculous. Anyway, we cracked the Enigma code! And when we did, we were able to understand all the radio traffic that the Germans were sending out, although not in complete real time. Our work was essential for the victory of the Allies at the end of World War II. We did it by completing Alan's machine. It was called the bomb machine, and it could find the correct code for Enigma every single day. It operated by a process of elimination. We found a hole in the Enigma code. A letter used in a message could never be coded to itself, so that meant we could eliminate many possible Enigma machine settings. Alan's machine was finally able to find the correct Enigma machine settings every day in just 20 minutes! Alan left Bletchley Park in 1943. One might think that his incredible achievements would stop with Enigma, but no. He worked on the first electronic computers, and in 1948 became the deputy director of the computing laboratory at the University of Manchester, and wrote all sorts of papers that are considered the foundation of artificial intelligence. He created what is known as the Turing test, which is a standard that defines what it means for a computer to be intelligent. The idea was that a machine could think for itself if, through conversation with a human, that human couldn't tell it was a machine. This Turing test added significantly to the debate surrounding artificial intelligence. And this artificial intelligence becomes even more important in the future, even reaching to things like CAPTCHAs on the internet, which I know about. Alan Turing was an incredible man, there's no doubt about that. Not only was he a close personal friend, but he helped win the war and also founded modern computer science. Easy stuff, I know. It is estimated that the war could have lasted another 2 years or more if we, under his leadership, hadn't broken the Enigma code. We could have lost another 15 million lives if it hadn't been for Alan's brilliance. And that's for me. I'm 60, I'm retired on a beach, as I said. It's all great, everything's working out, it's lovely. And I deserve it all. Don't get me wrong, Alan was brilliant and he deserves a lot of the credit. But I deserve some too. I was very important. At least I was important enough to be played by Keira Knightley in a movie in 2014 starring Benedict Cumberbatch. And how do I know that? My time machine. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to tell you about my time machine. Actually, I think that's illegal. I think they might be out to get me now. Who is out to get me? Will they succeed? Next time on Serial. If there is a next time.